Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. My name is Raj, you are a chapal. A quick intro about me, I come with 2 decades of experience in the field of HR, so with top IT majors. Today's video is going to be very interesting because the topic for today's video is something that all of us go through in our day-to-day life, or rather I would say all of us struggle to go through in our day-to-day life, right? It's the art of saying no. Excited, isn't it? Yeah. So I think all of you will acknowledge with me that we all have had those moments when we have found it very hard to deny or to say no, right? It could be to our colleagues, to our friends, or to our family members, right? While we want to be helpful and supportive, right? But sometimes it's necessary to prioritize our own needs and commitments, right? Saying no is not about being selfish, right? Rather, it is about creating boundaries, managing our time effectively, and focusing on what's truly important to us, right? So, in today's video, right, we will be discussing the importance of saying no, how to say no effectively, and the benefits of saying no, right? So, join me as we explore the art of saying no and learn on how we can improve our personal and professional life. Alright, so why is saying no so very important, right? It is because it helps us to set boundaries, manage our time effectively, and also to prioritize our own needs and commitments. Just imagine, what happens if we always say yes to everything and everyone, right? We can become overwhelmed, we can get stressed, and we can get burned out, right? So saying no allows us to protect our time, energy, and focus on what's truly important to us. So how can we learn to say no effectively, right? So here are few strategies that can help us to say no effectively. Firstly, it's very important to be clear and direct when saying no, right? So don't beat around the bush and make excuses, right? I mean, be honest and straightforward about why you're saying no, right? Because creating excuses and not directly saying no means you're creating a path for a similar situation to happen again, right? So if you are firm, if you are clear and direct in saying no with the reasons why you are saying no, it can also ensure that such scenarios are avoided in future. Alright, and other strategy is to be firm and confident in our response, right? So don't apologize or don't feel guilty for saying no, okay? Because the moment you start feeling guilty, right, you are more likely to be stressed for saying no, right? Actually, it should be the other way around, because by saying yes, you might feel overwhelmed and stressed, but it should not be the case by saying no, right? So hence, do not feel guilty for saying no, and remember, it's okay to prioritize your own needs and commitments. We might all be thinking, what about situations where we feel pressured or obligated to say yes, right? In those scenarios, it can be helpful to take a step back and evaluate your priorities, right? Ask yourself if saying yes aligns to your priorities, your goals, and values. If the answer is no, then it's okay to say no, right? So it's always important to remember that you're not responsible for other people's happiness or success, right? So saying no doesn't make you a bad person or a bad friend or a bad family member, right? So it is okay. Already said, right? I mean, if you are obligated to say yes, right? I mean, it is good that you reevaluate your priorities and at least find some value of you meeting your goals or you meeting your needs or commitments by saying yes, right? I mean, if you feel there was at least some value by saying yes, then accept. If not, it's okay to say no. It's okay to say direct no. So another situation is, how can we say no without damaging relationship or hurting people's feelings, right? So one way to do this is by offering an alternative solution, right? For example, let's say if someone asks you to help with a project and you don't have time, right? You could tell them to connect with someone else, who might be of help for them, right? So always, it is good to find an alternative solution, and that's more effective, and that will ensure that you don't damage the relationship with that person. Another possible way is to express your appreciation and gratitude for the opportunity that was given to you. Okay, however, explain why you are not able to commit at this point of time, right? So that can ensure that the person understands the genuinity of why you are saying no, and still ensure that you don't hurt their feelings or damage any sort of relationship. Right. So what are the benefits of saying no? Right. Well, saying no allows us to create space in our lives, right? And gives us time for something that are truly important for us, right? So it can help us reduce stress, it can help in increasing our productivity, and it can improve our overall quality of life, right? So saying no can help us build stronger, it can help us to build authentic relationships. Very important, because we are not trying to be artificial in the relationship. By allowing us to be honest and transparent with others, right, it helps in building authentic relationships. You're not trying to be fake, you're not trying to be compulsive to the situation, right? I mean, you're what you are, right? So saying no can help you build a strong, genuine and authentic relationship, right? While we discussed in the previous pointer as to how can we say no without damaging the relationships, but then remember, saying no can help in building a very genuine and a transparent relationship, which is furthermore stronger. By setting healthy boundaries, right, we can prioritize our own needs and commitments and avoid overcommitting ourselves, right? Saying no may not be sounding very easy, okay, but it is necessary to maintain our well-being, right, and achieving our goals. Remember, as I mentioned this earlier as well, saying no is not about being selfish, it is about taking care of ourselves. So don't be afraid to say no when necessary, and most important is be confident in your decision, right? Don't feel guilty for saying no, okay? So finally, I would say that learning to say no is a skill that comes with practice, and practice. It's okay to start small and work your way up, right? Remember, it's not about saying no to everything. It's about saying yes to what you value the most important for yourselves, right? And finally, be kind and compassionate to yourself, right? Saying no is not always easy, but with time and patience, it will become a natural and empowering part of your life. I hope this video helped you and you start thinking of how to say no, especially to those that do not matter the most to you. Remember, I repeat this again, right? I mean, it is not about saying no to everything. It is about saying yes to those that matters the most for you, right? I hope this video was helpful for you. If yes, like the video, share it with your family, friends and within your community, and subscribe to my channel. Also click on the bell icon so that you get notified when I upload any new videos, right? Thank you very much for listening to me so very patiently, and happy learning.